God brought his people right up to the edge of the promised land, and 10 men talked a whole nation out of their inheritance. Israel had finally arrived. The land God had promised them was right in front of them. So Moses sent 12 men, one from each tribe, to spy out the land and bring back a report. And here's the thing, all 12 saw exactly the same thing. They walked the same land, saw the same fruit, saw the same cities, saw the same giant inhabitants, same facts. But they came back with two completely different reports because they saw it through two completely different lenses. 10 of the spies came back terrified. The land is good, they admitted, but the people are powerful, the cities are fortified, and there are giants there. And then they said the words that sealed their fate. Numbers 13, verse 33. We seemed like grasshoppers in our own eyes, and we looked the same to them. Do you hear the problem? It wasn't the giants. It was how they saw themselves. They shrank in their own eyes before the battle ever began. But 2 of the spies saw the same giants and came back with faith. Caleb silenced the crowd and said in verse 30, "We should go up and take possession of the land, for we can certainly do it." Same giants, different focus. The 10 measured the giants against themselves and felt like grasshoppers. Caleb and Joshua measured the giants against God and knew they were well able. And here's the tragedy, the fearful report won. The people wept all night, talked about going back to Egypt, and refused to go in. So an entire generation that God had rescued from slavery never set foot in the promise, not because the giants were too big, but because their faith was too small. Verse 31, the 10 said, "We can't attack those people. They are stronger than we are." They forgot who was going with them. Now hear me, church. Everybody sees the giants. Faith and fear both see the same problem. The question is never whether the giant is real. The question is what you're measuring it against. If you measure your giant against your own strength, you'll always feel like a grasshopper. But if you measure your giant against your God, you'll realize the giant should be afraid. There is a promised land for your life, a calling, a healing, a breakthrough God has already said is yours. And the only thing that can keep you out of it is not the size of the obstacle, it's fear. Fear will talk you out of your inheritance and send you back to a slavery God already delivered you from. Don't let a bad report written by fear cancel a promise written by God. Choose faith. If you're choosing faith over fear at the edge of your promise, comment "faith, not fear" below as a declaration. And follow Bible Blueprint Studios because the next story is already on its way. God bless you. Your God is bigger than your giants. Thanks for watching today's video, and please like, follow, and subscribe as we keep building a clearer understanding of God's Word, one Bible story at a time.